Coming from the information, OpenAI's ChatGPT nears 1 billion weekly active users 7 months after target. To which I have to say, really? Seriously? Do any of us actually believe that ChatGPT is getting 1 billion active users per week? I have a question. How do you define an active user? Because that just doesn't make sense. And I'm not being snarky about OpenAI here. I'm not bringing up Sam Altman's sister and how you should Google what I'm talking about with that. I'm just saying, by the numbers, does it make sense that ChatGPT would have 1 billion weekly active users? That just seems questionable from a reality standpoint. So if you take a look at how many people actually have access to the internet on the planet, so there's about 8 to 9 billion human beings on the planet. Approximately 6 billion of them have access to the internet. So basically what that means is that ChatGPT is getting 1 out of 6 human beings on this planet to use their platform every single week, not even a month, right? So when we talk about these things like active users, you always have to be concerned about what the hell this actually means. This came up with Twitter. Remember Twitter with their mouths? It was monthly active users. And when you think about monthly active user, put in your head what you think that actually means, and it probably wasn't that, right? It was this whole thing about basically if you had logged in during a month, you're active, and then it was each account. So one person could have 50 accounts, and then it wasn't counted as a single person. It was counted as 50 active users, right? You get into all that kind of mess. And so that's what I sit here, and I take a look at ChatGPT getting 1 billion weekly active users. And I'm just like, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it, right? If Google Gemini came out and said they got 1 billion monthly or weekly active users, I'd be sitting there thinking that that sounded fishy. Basically, it's like, well, if you count interacting with Google's normal interface and then you give an AI result, if you consider that an active user, okay, maybe you get 1 billion of those, but that's from Everybody uses Google for everything. But you look at ChatGPT, right? You have to go to the ChatGPT site, you have to log in, you have to put in, whatever. I mean, does anybody believe this? And I think that's going to be the interesting thing going forward as we see OpenAI need an IPO, right? So they need an IPO, and Sam Altman has come out and literally said anything below a $1 trillion valuation is a non-starter. Which what that means is anything below a $1 trillion valuation, and they're dead. They are fucking dead. They are the Yahoo. They are going to be Yahoo in Google's world, whatever that means for AI. So I think one of the interesting things that's going to happen is we're going to start to see more and more of these numbers that just aren't going to make sense. Like that, and the problem with all of this too is they're a private company, right? So all of their metrics, all of their numbers are internal. I have no visibility. I have no transparency into their numbers. We can just see what they're saying, and one of the big things is just to ask, does it pass the sniff test? Does it make sense that 1 out of 6 human beings on the planet would use ChatGPT once per week? That just that just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Just gonna put it out there. OpenAI's chatbot is on the precipice of having 1 billion weekly active users, a milestone the company was hoping to hit by the end of last year, according to information the company has shared internally. Though the milestone comes 7 months after the company originally expected to hit it, ChatGPT is still one of the fastest, if not the fastest, internet application to reach that many users, less than 4 years after launching. I mean, yeah, again, depends on how you're counting users. So it shows here, right? January 2024, they had 76 million active users. Then it went up again around September or whatever of, I guess that was probably, 24. They hit 2 million, and now they say they're up at 1 billion. I've just got questions. I've got questions. Nobody is going to give me answers. But I just thought this was interesting to kind of bring up, and for something for you folks to be thinking about, in this world of artificial intelligence, and as numbers start coming out, numbers start being presented, and just asking the question of do these numbers just make 1 ounce of sense? If you in your mind think of what a weekly active user is, it is one human being actively using ChatGPT, putting in a request, getting back a response. You would hope a few times if they're considered active, but whatever else. If you think that is what a weekly active user is, that you do that people do that once a week, and then you think there are 6 billion people on the planet, so 1 out of 6 people are actively using ChatGPT every week. Really? Really? Maybe accounts. And again, that's one thing you have to think about, like when I talk about the monthly active users, right? There's a difference between a user and an account. So one user could have multiple accounts, or maybe one user could have multiple agents, and maybe multiple agents have multiple accounts. That might start making this number seem a little bit more sane. I don't know though, but we're gonna start to see more of this, and so it's going to be curious to see. Like this is one of the things I talked about, like in the startup revolution. And anybody that's followed me for a length of time, I've been doing videos since '09, been doing the daily blob stuff since 2012. You remember during the startup revolution, where I started screaming at a certain point in time because they just started pulling basically metrics out of their asses. That's one of the big frustrations I have in the technology world, is that basically what happens is when they can't get when their metrics don't look good, basically what they do is they come up with new metrics, right? So back in the day, like the metric was profit. That was the metric everybody cared about, right? But then you go forward, and some of these startup companies, some of these technology companies were making profit. So then they started focusing on revenue. Look at all the money we're bringing in. Again, that's one of the big things we see with the artificial intelligence world right now, is they start talking about all this revenue. It's like, yeah, but the cost to acquire that revenue is insane. Anyways, but then they started getting, well, then user growth and active users. That's one of the things I talk about now with the AI world. Is one of the things you hear a lot now is annual recurring revenue, which is the new fancy number that they're throwing around. And so what annualized recurring revenue is, or ARR, is basically, this is how much money we made this month. If you multiply that by 12, you get ARR, which is both true and, to a degree, to be clear, in some circumstances can be useful. It is a useful way to track growth and be able to plan for the future. You gotta be careful with shit like ARR, because if depression comes, if a recession comes, if you get a spike for some reason, right, that your numbers can get really dorky really quickly. And so I think one of the things that we're gonna start seeing more out of the artificial intelligence world is we're just gonna start to see more and more of these weird numbers, these numbers that seem really, really, really good, but then you're gonna have to start trying to figure out what those numbers actually mean. So what do you think about this? What do you think about ChatGPT having 1 billion weekly active users? Do you buy it? Is there an ounce of you that believes that those words mean what you would think those words would mean? What do you think about the insanity of metric inflation and just basically made up metrics that you think we're going to start seeing over the next year or so? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these videos, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. The link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. And with that, see y'all later.